One is know who you're with. I mean, if you're with people in your generation and it's fine for you to be texting and talking to each other at the same time, that's one thing. When you're with kind of some other folks, realize it does appear more rude. I will say that in generally kind of what is, what's your priority? Is it the text message you're getting, or is it the person you're talking to? And just be a little bit mindful of that. It's a really tough thing to do. It really is. But I spoke about a month ago in New York, and it was 400 accountants. The day before I knew I was going to be on a theater. I didn't realize it was actually a Broadway theater. And so I was on a Broadway stage giving this presentation, and my heart was just pounding. And there was one guy sitting there on his BlackBerry through most of my presentation. And I wanted to take him out and throw him in front of a cab. But it was just... because what happens in that situation is the lights are coming at you, you can't see, but you just have this little blue glow in front of this guy. And I felt badly for him because I don't think he really knew how easy it was for me to know who he was. It was also kind of embarrassing because there were 5 men in the group and it was all of the women, so he was also kind of targeted. But I think, again, part of it is just really managing it. Really managing it. There's a man in Boston who's very into technology, and he says, I'm in charge of my phone. I turn it off, I don't take calls when I'm in a meeting. I think text messaging is one of the greatest things in the world because I can text somebody and say I'll often, when I get to a speaking engagement, I'll text them and say I'm in the lobby. So if there's a forum in here and the person's sitting there and she's like wondering where's the next speaker, I don't want to come in and disrupt, but she can get a text. So part of it is really managing, is also when to know what technology works. I don't know if there's, I don't know if you can see this yellow one. But we have 3 ways that we communicate. Oh, thank you. So we have 3 ways that we communicate, which is body language, voice, and tone in our words. And just in the spirit of brevity, I'll split this up for you. It's 55% body language. It's 38% voice and tone, and it's only 7% are your words. So whenever you send an email or you're online, you're forfeiting 93% of your communication power. When you're on the phone, you're getting, roughly 50 when you're on the phone. In many cases, when I get an email and I can tell the person's annoyed, I pick up the phone. Tom, I got your email. I sense that something's amiss. Let's talk about it. Because they're waiting for the email back. So part of it is knowing when to use which technology. And I think, the technology is terrific, but whatever works face-to-face tends to work online. If you're honest and if you're forthright, you're authentic, that kind of comes through. If you're kind of trying to juggle 4 or 5 different things, we've all been at those cocktail parties where I'm not looking at her, but I'm looking at all the people around her to see who's kind of more important or who I should talk to. That's kind of the same thing about the smartphone. It's just a different sense.